Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us and welcome to another edition of What's Happening Wednesday. This is a weekly roundup show that I like to do on this channel, which again gives me the perfect opportunity to do exactly that. Keep you guys updated with things that I found going on in the world of Transformers. I'll let you know what's happening with this YouTube channel and of course my Instagram, which is toys_rus. This is part one of two. I've got about 11-12 things to go through with you to start off with, and we're going to kick off with some sightings, which is a little bit of a new product as well. So Buzzworthy, Bumblebee, Cyberverse, One Step, Starscream and Prowl. So these have been spotted in shops in California. And if you remember, we saw Starscream, I think it was a week or two ago, but out of nowhere, we've got Prowl as well. Now these just like, they're package refreshes. So the Starscream was obviously from 2018 and Prowl was from 2019. So we're saying we've seen Starscream, again, just a package refresh. And now we've got Prowl in the Buzzworthy Bumblebee packaging as well. So that's a bit of a sightings and a new product spotted all at the same time. Okay, for fans of the movies, and if you for some reason do not have the Ultimate movies or the collection of them yet, here they are in a 4K steelbook. So this video collection's just showed up on Amazon via pre-order for $153.99, and it's going to be scheduled for release in May this year, so May the 30th, funnily enough. So I found this information on TFW 2005, and indeed you can see there are all the movies. So the movies 1 to 5, straight up to the last night, and indeed Bumblebee as well. Plus, I'm sure you can see there as well, they've all got extra discs with them, with an abundance of extra features. And that is the covers of them. I'm loving the fact, obviously, you got Prime for 1, Megatron for 2, and of course Shockwave had to be number 3. But there you go. So if you've not got these in 4K yet, you can order them all in one go. Okay, moving on to even more sightings. So, and it says here, and I love the way it says here, it's begun. The first Transformers Rise of the Beast toys have been found at US retail. So this is Studio Series 97 and 100 have been found in Walmart in a couple of places now, but this particular picture is from New York. So again, exactly that. It looks like they're going to start showing up everywhere as we get closer and closer to the movie's release date. Also, this is how popular they were. This was sightings, you can't see, but the racks are completely empty. They've already gone. So this was spot at Mayer in Fort Wayne, and it was Rise of the Beasts, mainline toys, Power Steps, Spark Racers, Power Battlers, and Power Alliance. All of them were sold out, empty racks and rails already. Right, here we go. This is something I always, again, focus on here, or like to showcase rather is the best word. This is Mark Lonus via his Instagram. I've got the images from TFW 2005. This is him showing the concept and some great pose images. Well, not the concepts, the great pose images of the new Walmart collection. So we've got Jazz and Toxitron. The only thing that's a little bit confusing is that, of course, Toxitron wasn't a G2, to my knowledge, unused figure or mold. The Jazz was definitely, and of course so was Cloud Cover, etc. But Toxitron, he just fits into it, doesn't he? Because of course the colour scheme is incredibly crazy. I've managed to get mine pre-ordered from In Demand Toys in the UK, so can't wait to get them. Just love how he does these displays with all the pegs and all the blast effects. They just look really, really good. I know so many people who've ordered the Seeker for obvious reasons. You can't beat the Seekers, and having different coloured collection ones is just going to be spectacular. Can't wait to see these. And indeed there you can see he's got the same book as myself, which I showcased, which also means that I suppose the possibilities now are going to be ridiculous. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they come out with, which redecos that we haven't seen yet. And again, look at the packaging, beautiful. So whether you're a minting box collector or loose, the packaging and the figure are going to stand out on your shelves incredibly. Okay, this is so interesting. This is, again, as you can see, taken from TFW 2005. What we've got here, these are actual images sold at auction via heritage auctions, and they're from 1991, and what it looks to be is an Optimus Prime Action Master that was never released. So talking about things that weren't released, but because it's 1991, and obviously he did actually have an Action Master figure with a trailer, these could be images of a yet unreleased, it wasn't released of course, and not released, which is still unreleased, Action Master Elite version of Optimus Prime. These images are spectacular. So yes, of course, he's got giant, huge cogs. You can see there around his shoulders. And again there, so the concept with this is it doesn't look like the normal Optimus Prime either. You can see it looks like that could be normal Optimus Prime, whereas this one here looks a lot more like, if we're talking Hasbro terms, looks a lot more like Power Master Optimus Prime, or indeed Jinrai. And again, with these sketches, it's not sure whether his accessories would be like a standard Action Master, or indeed whether he would be like an Action Master Elite, and that's what all these are built up over the top. Unfortunately, we will never know, and as you can see here, these images were sold, as I already said earlier, at Heritage Auctions. I think that's fantastic. I wish I'd have seen these earlier. Just a great concept, and this could have been an amazing, amazing figure. Right, moving on from there then, what we've got now, this is going to be appearing everywhere. I've got one for this particular video and one for the one coming up later. This is the Rise of the Beast statues. They're on their world tour. This particular video, I'm going to be showing you images of them in Brazil. I'm not going to show you loads and loads of images of the statues because I think we've seen more than enough of them, but it's just good to see the way that each country is showcasing them. So we've got this right by, perhaps it's Brazil's equivalent to the London Eye. There, of course, is the Optimus Prime statue, and indeed Optimus Primal. We've seen all the stats on this. They've got all the billboards out, the statues there. Apologies for the glare. If you want to see these, TFW 2005, this is how they celebrated the launch and the statue tour over there. I've got Singapore coming up in another video just to see how they did it. As I say, every area seems to be doing things slightly differently. And with this, it looks like it was mainly just showcasing the figures. But of course, we're going to be following them, and I'm going to try my best to find out where they're going to be in the UK, because at the moment it just says UK, which is of course very, very vague. Right, this is something that just seems to have snuck out of nowhere. This is BotCon 2023. Location and date revealed. I got this information straight from tformers.com, but as it says on here, it was posted on the BotCon website, but no one's really made a big deal about it at all. It's just appeared from nowhere. So BotCon 23 is going to be Thursday to Sunday, August the 24th to 27 at American Dream Way, East Rutherford Way, looks like New Jersey. There is all the details. Again, I've took this from Tformers. If you want to see this in more detail, I'd suggest heading to BotCon's website, or indeed Tformers, where I got this information from. But I can't understand why I didn't make a big, I suppose, song and dance about it. It's just sort of appeared and it's out there, but we haven't really had much chance to, I say, know anything about it. Right, moving on to some third-party stuff now. This is going to be crazy. At the moment, everyone's gone third-party. Well, every third-party company's just got nuts with redecos and repaints, and again, I'm very much jumping on the bandwagon. So first and foremost, we've got Dr. Wu, and this is their take on the cone heads. So we've got Dr. Wu E19 Propel, Dr. Wu E20 Elegi, and E21 Turbo. And again, these are Micromaster sizes, so they're not even Legends, they're much, much smaller. And funnily enough, I'm going to show you how you can order these in a second, because they're selling them in twos. And funnily enough, in fact, I'll show you all when we get to it. So these are only 5.5 centimeters tall. These are tiny. Let's have a look at them. They look so, so good. You can get these images direct from Dr. Wu's Weibo page, or indeed, again, from either Tformers or TFW 2005. This is their take on thrust. Looks spectacular. I'm going to tell you which ones I've ordered in a second anyway. So we've got thrust, there we go, robot mode. Moving on to dirge. Again, apologies, I am using their normal Hasbro names. Again, I'll go through the actual, what they're calling them in a second. These look so, so good. Even for how small they are, super articulate, very detailed. That's a horrendous glare there, but okay. There's their take on ramjet, and indeed, they're in robot mode. Okay. There they all are together, and you can see that the names that they're calling them underneath them. So, another third party, we've known about this, but again, there's just an abundance of images, of videos, of everything on Newage's Legendary Heroes Michael, which is of course their take on Omega Supreme. I've got some images for you from Tformers, images from Weibo. This again looks great. Look at that packaging art. It's brilliant. Omega Supreme versus Devastator, exactly like it was in Generation 1 in the cartoon. We've got some great images here of the base mode, and then some in-hand pictures as well. These images, the ones I'm showing you now, are from Tformers. The images which you're going to recognise from the person who's got the most amazing, I don't know who he is, I might try and contact him The most amazing collection of Newage figures I think I've ever seen. I always get the images from the Weibo. He always posts them on there, and we're going to be moving on to them in a second. This figure just looks spectacular. Again, I've heard no negativity at all about it. This is their actual Weibo page. There's one video review there. There's another one there. I've just took screenshots, and then here is the images from the person, again, who always seems to have them. There's the full lineup, I think, at the moment, and look how well he scales. That's, I think, what's really good that all toy companies are aiming for at the moment. Hasbro have obviously started doing it as well, with the fact that the figures scale. Newage, of course, have done it from day dot with how they all scale, and that just looks brilliant. And here he is. You'll recognise, and say, all the background from the person who always takes these photos. Huge thanks to him, because he always gets them up, and I always like to use them. Right, so here you go. Look, this is a screenshot from Show Z. You can see there, you can pre-order them. Have I zoomed in for you? Let's zoom in for you. So, you can order Thrust and Dirge together, and Ramjet and Cosmos. Now, because these are pre-ordered only $1, I've pre-ordered Ramjet and Cosmos because I can't wait to see them. I haven't ordered them all because I've got some more pre-orders I've done as well, because I'm doing a toy fair at the NEC, which I'm going to tell you more about that in a second. So this is Show Z. I just want to quickly show you all of the pre-orders. We've got so many there. There, of course, is their take on Powerglide, the Newage versions. There's the Fans Hoppy versions of course, Buster, Hydra, and Redmond and Darkwing. There's the other 2 Powerglide molds. All of these right now, there's about 10 pages of pre-orders available on Show Z right now. So a quick reminder, if you are going to go, pop Toys R Us, all as one word, in there. I've got loads on pre-order now. It's crazy because they're all $1 deposit. And in fact, I'll show you this and I'll give you a bit more of a spiel of how I'm going to be able to get these in a second. Very quickly, this is Magic Square Toys. This is their take on Shattered Glass Jetfire. This again is images from TFW 2005, but it is also on their Weibo. So of course, it's just a straight up redeco of their normal Jetfire or Skyfire, however you want to refer to him as. This looks really good. I think the colour scheme on him just works. It's one of my favourite. Just the standard, the Siege model repainted. Love that figure. I think he's brilliant. I think he commands the shelf, and this will do exactly the same with the rest of your Legends scale figures. You've got the Gerwalk there, we've got the lovely alternate mode, and the fact that both canopies, cockpits, etc. can be opened. So yes, so as I said, I've got some pre-orders in on Show Z because they're only $1 to put down. I'm definitely 100%. I booked my table to do a toy fair at the NEC in the UK in Birmingham. So huge thank you to everybody, the channel members who are buying some of my old movie figures off me, because you're now funding the new progression and where my channel is going. So yeah, so all my double ones and my exactly that, duplicates and boxed ones. Apart from G1, keeping on my G1 because I'm obviously a G1 purist. But that's how I'm doing this now. I'm able to sell things on to fund. And I know loads of people who do this, and I was going to do a discussion video on it as well. It's nice to talk to people who do that, who their collections move, they change. As I say, everybody's collection sort of changes in time, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I've still got more than enough of the movie bots, still got more than enough of the Generations ones, but this is what the avenue I want to go down. It's what I'm interested in looking at. I've been doing these videos showcasing them for so long, it's going to be great to actually have these in hands. But anyway, if you want to come and say hello, I'm going to be at the NEC. It'd be great to meet loads of people there, as we do normally, as I've done the last 2-3 times. It really is a lot of fun. If you do live in the UK, it probably is the biggest toy fair. It's not just Transformers though, it's everything. I'm going to do videos to show you just exactly what's going on. So huge thank you to everybody anyway who's been buying things from me via the channel membership. And everybody, all the support, it's just been overwhelming. Huge thank you to Cyril for the microphone. The irony of irony is I've just done a video really badly with glare, but thank you very much for that. I'm going to be doing a live this weekend as well. I'm going to sort the times out and put that in the community to let everybody know. Whoever wants to jump on board, that'd be brilliant. In fact, that's what I think we'll talk about. We'll talk about how we've changed our collections over the years, because most people who I know who subscribe and who comment on this are pretty much maybe like myself, a little bit older, been collecting for years, and it's just how we change and enjoy our collection. So we're going to be discussing that. Reviews wise, I've got a special unboxing because I've brought something else from Robot Recruits, one of his personal figures as well. And I've just had confirmation that Legacy Evolution figures from In Demand should be in stock in the next couple of days. So I've got loads to catch up with. But in the meantime, as always, thank you everybody for all the support. It really means a lot. I'll see you guys in about 10-12 hours with the next part, because as always, there's so much going on. Thank you ever so much, everybody. Please take care.